We all love to see new sponsors come into the sport, and it wasn't that long ago that we had a pickle company that came into the sport and brought some new life and awareness to outside sponsors. The thing that I enjoyed the most about the pickle company getting involved in our sport was a lot of people were under the impression, whether it was a placebo effect or whether it was reality, they were saying that eating pickles was curing arm pump. And I want you to stop and think about how this could possibly happen. When you look at the body, it loses its electrolytes through the form of sweat, sodium being one of them. Stop and think about what pickles have a high concentration of: salt, sodium. So when you're looking at arm pump, you need to look at arm pump as you would look at a calf cramp or a back cramp or any other muscle in the body. If we look at the body under a microscope, right, we have the skin, we have the fascia, we have the body fat, and then we have the muscle. As you sweat, you lose progressively more and more water and electrolytes. That leads to a chronic state of dehydration if you're not careful on what your hydration intake is during the day, as well as understanding what your sweat rate is. When you look at those different layers, those layers should slide and glide with little to no resistance because all of the layers are properly hydrated. Now let's come back to the introduction of pickles and people wanting to know, how did it make their arm pump symptoms go away? Well, from your wrist to your elbow is no different than from the back of your neck to the top of your shoulders, upper traps, levator, scapula. So when somebody starts eating a product, in this case it was pickles, they are high in sodium, salt. If the individual is already at a deficit of that electrolyte, it's going to cause the arm pump symptoms to go away. But I want you to not just put the emphasis on arm pump. It could take care of your calf cramping. It could take care of your quad cramping, your lower back. Electrolyte depletion could play a significant role in cramping. If you've watched any of my other videos, you know that the three things that can cause a muscle to cramp would be dehydration, electrolyte depletion, or putting the muscle under too much load. So when we saw the introduction of a pickle company into our sport, many people were very, very excited because their symptoms of arm pump went away. And I just want to clarify, why would that be happening? Because if you're electrolyte deficient, specific with sodium, and you start eating pickles, which is very high in sodium, you correct the problem. So stop and think about that. You can do this by eating fruits and vegetables on a daily basis. They have natural levels of sodium in them. You can use some high quality sea salt, Himalayan salt, as long as you don't have any kind of medical conditions associated with high blood pressure. So stop and think about that. If you're somebody who sweats a lot, maybe as just an everyday, what you do for your day job and or what you do and lose in the form of exercise, you might find that increasing your sodium intake is going to have a positive influence on cramping. So I wish the pickle company was back in our sport at a higher level like they once were. Where our sport can always have, as we always say, the sport can't have too many sponsors. So just wanted to clarify that. Sodium coming from pickles will definitely help with arm pump as well as it will with any other muscle cramps. Do me a favor, if you happen to have a question or in this case needed something clarified, do me a favor and reach out to me and my team, Robb at coachrobb.com. Here on YouTube, we're answering a question every single day. So please subscribe to Coach Robb Beams on YouTube, turn on the notifications, and you'll be made aware when we put out a new video, which will always be early each day. So thank you for taking the time to watch this video, and we certainly look forward to seeing you tomorrow.